Good evening and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena for the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Dar Danielson alongside Hall of Famer Tammy Blackstone here on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. And Tammy, we're in the hot class right now. These 4A games, got an upset in the first one, number one seed upset, and then a couple real tight ones, a buzzer beater, and then that last one came down to the very last second. So show them just the competitiveness in the Class 4A field here.
Yeah, it's an incredible field this year, and you're right, we've seen some great games today, hoping for another one right now between Dallas Center and Maquoketa. And I think that we're poised for a good one between this number 3 and number 6 seeds.
And a little bit of a difference. Dallas Center won the title in 2023. Maquoketa down here for the first time. So, again, one of the newbies against one of the veterans. And a lot of times experience wins out for you here at State, but not always.
Not always, but it does make a difference. You know, as you mentioned, Maquoketa is new to the state tournament. It'll be so important for them to come out and, not have those Wells Fargo Arena nerves here at the state tournament, because they are the higher seed in this contest and certainly earned their right to be here.
All right, we're going to take a break here. We'll come back. We'll talk about our Seeds for Success presented by Channel Seeds. We'll also look at how these two teams got here to this quarterfinal matchup in Class 4A. You're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We're at Wells Fargo Arena, the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Dar Danielson, Tammy Blackstone. We enter the evening session here. Dallas Center, Grimes, and Maquoketa. And let's take a look here at the road to state for these two teams and how they got here. Looking at Dallas Center, Grimes, 19-4, the Region 6 champion, defeating Carlisle. You see their three-point percentage, the best in Class 4A, 54 points per game. Macy Meyer and Aaliyah Branch, a couple of players to watch. For Maquoketa on the other side, 21-2, the champion of Region 3 defeated Marion. And a big crowd here as they come onto the floor, allowing 36.2 points per game. Cora Waddell and Aubrey Koyman, a couple of players. And right away, you see a team averaging 54, but a team only giving up about 36. Something's got to give here one way or the other, doesn't it?
It really does. You know, that road to state is interesting, Dar, because that Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs gritted out a win against Carlisle 31-30. They are just known for their defense, and like you said, Maquoketa is used to scoring. So as you said, something's got to give. We'll see which way it falls today. All
right, we'll talk a little bit more about that now in our Seeds for Success here, presented by Channel Seeds. Go ahead.
Absolutely. For Maquoketa, it's going to be really important for them to move the ball because of what I just said about Dallas Center Grimes' stifling defense. They're going to need to find a way to get through that. In addition, Maquoketa needs to play with the confidence of a state tournament team. They earned their right to be here. They're the number 3, the higher seed, but they haven't been here before, and sometimes those nerves can get in the way. For Dallas Center Grimes, they need to limit their turnovers. They're going to come in with the confidence of the team that's been here 5 straight years. They need to limit their turnovers and keep things under control. Also, it's going to be important for them to grab those defensive rebounds and not allow second chance shots from Maquoketa.
And it seems like in all the games I've done, you want to stay within distance. You don't want a team to get on that big run where they get out ahead. Because here at the tournament, it seems like that makes a bigger difference sometimes too, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. In this kind of environment, both teams brought really good, exciting crowds with them today. And your crowd will help you stick in it, but coming out of the game, out of the buzzer here, really, really strong to start the game, it is critical.
All right, it might be raining outside, but it's warm inside. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. We'll have starting lineups and ready to get this last 4A quarterfinal underway here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a fifth-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Basketball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to be the title sponsor of this amazing event. Iowa's farmers work endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our local communities. Similarly, Iowa's student athletes dedicate countless hours to train and excel in their sport. Partnering with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union allows us to celebrate farmers and student athletes while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is a tremendous achievement, and it requires strong support. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we can celebrate and honor students for their accomplishments on the basketball court and in the classroom. The Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to your success, assisting our organization in providing awards, grants and scholarships, as well as concussion insurance and these wonderful championship hats. These contributions not only protect student athletes' health, but also highlight outstanding performance in both athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have so much to be proud of, and every single one of us plays a role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on an outstanding season and best of luck in the tournament.
Here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, getting ready for starting lineups here. Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Dar Danielson, Tammy Blackstone, they're honoring the Iowa girl as they always do, which means they're honoring you as one of those Iowa girls who played and played very well.
Thank you. It's nice, great to be an Iowa girl.
And let's see, I think we're ready for our sportsmanship announcements here, so we'll wait and then let the PA take over.
And now, Bryn Jacobson from the Girls Advisory Committee for the IGHSAU will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From the Dallas Center Grimes High School, Jared Torrey. And from Maquoketa High School, Kim Huckstad.
Got a better crowd. Better crowd.
Support your team, support your coaches, and respect the officials. We all play a role in enhancing the environmental school-based activities. Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the game. And enjoy the game. And enjoy the game.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs. Number 2, freshman number 4, Neela Williamson. Number 14, Addie Abens. Number 20, Anaya Bowens. Number 22, Samantha Rice. Number 23, Sydney Miller. Number 24, Paisley Heidgerken. Number 30, Hayden Smith. Number 40, Maura Treeweiler. Number 42, Paige Harvey. And number 44, Avery Short. The assistant coaches are Judy Nisley, Rich Kloster, Jalen Raymond, and Jacob Heineman. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for Maquoketa. Number 1, Haley Beach. Number 3, Wrigley Wisco. Number 4, Arabella Wagner. Number 5, Hadley Ihrig. Number 10, Aubrey Doskal. Number 12, Ivory Cleaver. Number 20, Kennedy Eggers. Number 24, Finley Starr. Number 33, Gentry Johnson. The assistant coaches are Peyton River, Mariah Johnson, and Bree Arensdorf. And now let's meet the starters for both teams. For the Mustangs, a 5'5" junior guard, number 2, Leah Brout. For the Cardinals, a 6' junior, number 11, Aubrey Kroyman. For the Mustangs, a 5'6" and sophomore guard, number 10, Macy Meyer. And for the Cardinals, a 5'5" junior, number 15, Malin Cleaver. For the Mustangs, a 5'10" freshman guard, number 12, Ava Schmid. And for the Cardinals, a 5'7" junior, number 21, Kendall Kuhlman. For the Mustangs, a 5'7" senior guard, number 32, Devin Carlisle. And for the Cardinals, a 5'6" junior, number 22, Justice Armbruster. And for the Mustangs, a 5'7" sophomore guard, number 34, Tessa Jones. And for the Cardinals, a 6'1" junior, number 44, Cora Rydell. Head coach for the Mustangs is Adam Jones, and the head coach for the Cardinals, Chad Beck. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the area in front of the scorer's table for the introduction of our officials for this afternoon's game, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Jim Crozier, Sam Anker, Ben Applegate, and our bench officials, Dante Terry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for state tournament basketball.
All righty, we're ready. Tammy, one of the things we notice in the lineups is youth. A lot of that in there, right?
Absolutely. Dallas Center Grimes starts 1 senior, Devin Carlisle. Maquoketa Cardinals are going to be starting 5 juniors this evening. And so we've got great futures ahead for each of these teams, and we'll see what some of this youth can do here on the big stage.
Also notice for Dallas Center Grimes, Macy Meyer, the only starter in double figures, but everybody else is right up there. They spread it around pretty good, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of nice balance on that team, and so that really gives your team a lot of opportunities and
here's the tap. Weidel taps it over toward us and controlled by Kluber as Maquoketa in the white uniforms, dark uniforms, DCG. Cardinals versus the Mustangs, and there's the bucket right away.
Weidl's that 6'1" junior, and she's got a little bit of a height advantage down low, and you see her able to use it there and take advantage.
So the quick early bucket. Down the lane, up, and the answer by Ava Schmid, the freshman.
Expect good things there from Ava Schmid today. She averages about 7 a game and has been a nice addition to that roster.
Kendall Kuhlman over there comes up top to Kroyman. Now to Armbruster, looking down low into the post. Kicks it outside, and then a little slide. She couldn't decide, drive or pull and shoot, and she slid the pivot foot.
Yeah, just a little bit. But overall, I'm liking that both teams look settled. It's really nice for each of them to get that quick score right off the bat and get on the
had
board.
good ball movement there till the turnover. They were looking to move it around.
They did.
Here we go, a little stumble. There'll be a foul called on Kroyman. And that'll give DCG the ball out of bounds here. Right to our left. And they get it in to Brouch. Three-pointer away, good! Tessa Jones from 3. That gives DCG their first lead here in the early going. Driving baseline, tried to bounce it across, and it's tied up, and that'll go to DCG.
This is that Dallas Center Grimes really intense defense, just stifling all year long. They really hold their opponents to low scores, and we saw it work there with that tie-up.
And they shoot a lot of threes. That one up off, no good. Rebound battled for, pulled out of there on the run out, up ahead. Stops, got bothered defensively a little bit and then traveled. Boy, give Devin Carlisle credit. She got back there quickly defensively as it looked like Armbruster had a wide open look. Well, like they say, never give up on a play.
That's right, and transition is going to be key in this game, and we saw it there with Justice Armbruster getting out ahead. But as I mentioned, DCG didn't let him go.
Across the top goes Meyer. Macy Meyer pulls it out, the sophomore, over to Schmid. Schmid turns in, pull up in the lane, no good. Rebound battled for, and it'll go off to the Cardinals.
Schmid is a 5'10", probably doesn't go up a lot against girls taller than her, and she's facing that today. So that does change a little bit the nature of your shot. She's going up against a 6'1" defender.
Throw it over to Kuhlman. Up top to Weidl. She'll drive the lane, kick it back out. Inside, back out, loses the handle for a second. 15 on the shot, plenty of time. Kluver rotates it around. Now 8 on the shot clock, loses the handle, and we'll have a held ball. That'll stay with the Cardinals this time.
The Mustangs able to tie it up again there, a couple in a row here, forcing those jump balls.
They don't reset the shot clock on that, so they'll just have 7 seconds on the shot clock, but they're taking it in under their own basket. Bounce pass stolen away on the inbound. All the way down the other way up and misses it at the foul is called, though, on the shot.
Ava Schmid will be heading to the free throw line.
Waddell, her first. Second team foul. Schmid to the line. This is the first one.
Schmid just a 56% free throw shooter, but one of the best field goal shooters in 4A this year at 62.5%.
Pops the second one. And gives DCG a 6-2 lead. And ball's loose. And held ball will go back to DCG. That's about 3 in a row here.
It is. Maquoketa needs to be a little more careful with the ball, not allow those tie-ups and these turnovers by just taking their time, coming to the ball.
Got to be careful because they're going to poke it away, as you say, if you're not watching it. Here's Schmidt. Gets it up top. Now to Carlisle. Over to Brock. Looking for the cutters in the middle. Macy Meyer. Now she'll go down the lane. Step through. Good. Macy Meyer with her first bucket of the day.
Great finish there by the sophomore. Really good ball control.
Lead up to 6 here for DCG. And an offensive foul is going to be called. I think you got Armbruster. Let's see who he calls it on. 2-2. Yep.
Devin Carlisle was there in great position. The senior for Dallas Center Grimes able to take that charge. You can see that really fires up a team.
She was set up a long time before she saw that coming.
She was ready for it. It's an important part of defense to be able to anticipate the moves of that offensive team, and the Mustangs are really good at defense.
They're on a 6-0 run right now. They're making 8-0 after the first 2-point bucket by Maquoketa. Up top with it. There's Schmid, drives in. Back out. Three-pointer, good! A rainbow from Macy Meyer.
Again, the sophomore, Macy Meyer. Macy Meyer comes from a very good basketball family. You may recognize the names Mackenzie Meyer, Megan Meyer.
And ball's off, it's going to stay with, or no, it's going to go to Dallas Center Grimes. And Macy Meyer, about 35% from three-point range. That's her 119th, or no, 42nd three. She shot 119 on the season.
Yeah, her oldest sister had a nice career at the University of Iowa. Middle sister Megan Meyer started at Iowa, finished her career at Drake, and now we have sophomore Macy in the picture.
On the drive, and there's a foul called as Nita Williamson attacks the basket. Somehow she snuck in there on a IMT insurance substitution. And Kluver with the first. And Williamson hits the first one.
Neela Williamson is quite the athlete for the Mustangs. Between basketball and soccer, she has 4 state titles.
Wow. Second one is good. Well, the Cardinals really need to come down and get a bucket. They haven't got anything since that first one. And now it's the lead is up to 11. Look down on the post, down low. Turn around, almost an and one, but it rolls out of there. But good attack to the basket by Kroyman.
That's really the right move. You saw there, though, the Mustangs came over with that double team right under the basket, making it difficult for that shot. But you're right. That's what Maquoketa needs to do, and attack the basket and get up some good shots.
Kroyman pops it right through.
Kroyman is a 6-foot junior. She was third team All-State last year. Been a really nice player for the Cardinals.
Their first basket or point since the opening bucket, and the rebound pulled down off the miss. 3 away, no good. Rebound, Kroyman, and she gets fouled on the putback.
You know, even though they didn't get a field goal off of that, that is what we need to see from the Cardinals. We saw crashing the boards. We got a few different shot opportunities. Once again, getting Kroyman to the line. Maquoketa there making things happen for themselves.
And the free throw, no good. And lane violation on the Cardinals. You see Kluver stepped in too early there. And it stays at a 13-3 lead. Here comes DCG. Addie Abens in there now. Williamson back up top. Carlisle. Tried to throw it back in the middle, poked away. On the run out, Kluver bounce up ahead, and a little too much for Eyrig.
It's the right idea, but they didn't really have numbers on that one. Dallas Center Grimes was hustling back as well, so that makes it a tough cross-court pass there. But that was the right idea there by the Cardinals. A nice defense.
Yeah, Eyrig got out, but they just didn't quite get it. But still trying to find something offensively, the Cardinals are. Here's DCG. Drive in, kick it outside for three. Good! Tessa Jones with her second three.
The Cardinals are playing nice defense. They're in the right spot, but Dallas Center Grimes is on fire from field goal range.
That one high. They're hitting 75% from three-point range right now, and there's a foul. Eyrig with the foul. Here's the replay. Just came in from behind and reached. And that's the 15th foul already, so we'll go down and shoot. And Tessa Jones gets the free throw. What do you think of the change to the 5 foul per quarter?
I think there's positives and negatives with it. I do think sometimes it makes the game go a little bit faster, but we saw an example in the last game here at Wells Fargo where it kind of took some of the tension out at the end of the game.
At the end of the game, yeah. Up and boom, man. Koyman looked like she got stopped, but just kept her head down and put it up and got a bucket.
Maquoketa needed that. That was a great
underneath. It was blocked. I think Koyman got the block. Now back the other way. All the way up and through. Comes off no good. Macy Meyer with the rebound.
I'd like to see Maquoketa slow a couple of those down, bring it back out, wait for your teammates, and set up a good offense.
And a walk called up high, a turnover. So we'll have an IMT insurance substitution now. It'll be Ava Schmidt, the freshman, coming back in. Or not, you can be worry-free at IMTIMS.com. That's sponsor of all our substitutions here. Well, here comes the Cardinals. Trying to work the offense, get it inside. And they'll call a blocking foul. He was going to give her the basket if that went, but...
You know, my high school and college coaches, who are both probably watching, would have told me, don't dribble that. You're the
yeah,
tall one in the middle.
Don't put it on the floor,
don't put
right?
that on the floor.
Yep, I've heard that many times too for the post players. Did not bring it down where the little people can grab it. They rotate it around the other side. The Kluver, she spins in, kicks it out. Two-pointer, good. Eyrig with the bucket. And they cut the lead back down to 10 now. A little run here. Three-pointer, good!
That is a nice
Tessa Jones, her third three.
It's a really good-looking shot there from the sophomore, Tessa Jones.
Might want to identify her coming down
yeah.
Because it's been nothing but net on all three of those.
She has 10 points here on the night.
Backing in and off to Kluver. Pull up, no good. Rebound, put back up. Oh, in and out. And a battle for it. It will stay with the Cardinals. Koyman battling down there. Here comes another substitution. Back in will be Neela Williamson for DCG.
There's a good crash there of the boards by Justice Armbruster. I like that hustle and that sense of urgency here when they're down and need to make up some ground.
She looked at the three, then drove, and then good pickup on the defense by Macy Meyer, forced to travel. So now DCG with a chance to go for one here at the end of the first quarter, leading by 13. Across the half. There's Tessa Jones. She's already got 3 3-pointers. They rotated around, knocked away. And that's going to be enough to save a shot, as that hits the cameraman down below. And at the end of one, it's 20-7, DCG. We'll take a break, come back with the second quarter at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. And just what you did now, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
We're here on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy. Darn Danielson, Tammy Blackstone, and Tammy. Each of these teams took the same number of shots in that first quarter, but people say, well, we got a 27 advantage. Some of that is the hot outside shooting from 3, but just Cardinals haven't had a chance to get the offense really clicking here.
Correct, and a big part of that is that something we've all seen, which is that Maquoketa has had 10 turnovers there in that first quarter, which is critical, not giving themselves opportunity to really set up and get into their offense.
So Maquoketa starts with the ball to start the second quarter. 3-pointer, good! Fouling away, Cora Weidel. Weidel with the 3 gives her 5 points on the day.
It's a great way to start the quarter from Maquoketa.
And then they're going to call the foul. Fans wanted the held ball, but they say that she got the arm on that.
You know, I like to see that intensity here. It resulted in a foul, but that's what you want to see. And Maquoketa came out fired up.
You see here on the drive, and Kluver pulled it away, but they're going to say she fouled her. So her second, team's first here to start the second quarter. They reset the fouls. Here's Ava Schmidt. Throws it out wide to Macy Meyer. Meyer down the lane, gets it blocked.
It's blocked there by Malin Kluver.
And Williamson will key it in. Gets it outside to Jones, and they cover her. She's got 3 threes already today. Schmidt up top. They rotated around quickly. Looked at the 3 again. Back over. 9 on the shot clock. And then a foul on the baseline drive. Let's see who that goes against. 22, I think he said.
Dar, you mentioned the hot shooting tonight so far by Dallas Center Grimes. 80% from the three-point line, 4 out of 5, and 6 out of 10 from field goal range. So they've got the hot hand, and they're trying to keep it going here in this second quarter.
Lob it in to Tessa Jones, who has 3 of the threes today. Up high with it. Now over to Schmidt. Rotate it back around to Macy Meyer. Back over. Havens. Poked out of there. Come back around. 10 on the shot clock. Meyer gives it up. On the drive, and threw it up, but DCG got it back. It didn't hit the rim. There it hits the rim, and the putback is up and good.
That is tenacious offense there by the Mustangs, sticking with it, following their shots, seeing that shot clock run down, and still following those shots at the end.
And Schmid with the bucket. Baseline three, just a little long, and then they're going to catch Koyman with a push in the back on the rebound.
The Cardinals are going to need to be crashing the offensive boards a little bit. The shots aren't falling for them quite as easily tonight, so we're going to, right there was one girl fighting for the rebound. We're going to need to see 2 or 3 girls in there crashing those boards, giving themselves some more opportunities.
Come the Mustangs. Led by as many as 14. Maquoketa's chipped it down a little bit. Go, good look underneath to Schmid.
It's a fantastic pass, finding the open girl underneath. Great finish.
Schmid puts it up, and it's 24-10. Rotated around, there's a three, no good, and rebound comes off to Jones. Inside drive up and good.
Everything really clicking right now for the Mustangs. That was Leah Brauk, the junior.
Widen it to a 16-point lead. Baseline drive, and they say she stepped on the baseline and just trying to get the offense going here. Now a timeout by Maquoketa. And we'll take a break. You're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
At the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, fans across Iowa, hundreds of neighborhood banks are providing jobs, supporting businesses, and strengthening our communities. Here, success is built by you, and the life you build is backed by Iowa Banks. See what we mean at iowabanks.com. Well, DCG been able to bank here a lead right now, Tammy, and just the offense, they've been able to hold Maquoketa, stymie their. It seems like they come down and they work the ball really well, but they just haven't been able to get the shots to go down or get the shot they want.
Right, Maquoketa has the tools. You know, their coach describes these as the best days in their program history, so don't count them out. They're down here, but they'll continue to fight, and they've got tools to get some more points on the board here.
A little hold inside. And I think that'll go against Wydell. Yep, her second. Yeah, and Coach Chad Speck let him do the school record of 21 wins. There's the lob out. Ania Bowen's in there now. There's Schmid. Tessa Jones. Brock. Schmid gives a screen to Jones. Inside, loses a handle, but manages to keep it Schmid, and then an offensive foul is called on Macy Meyer.
It's a nice defensive possession there for the Cardinals. You hope here that they can utilize that, translate that into a bucket here on the other end. That was really well-played defense.
And we mentioned that Macy Meyer, the only one in double figures in scoring, but they move the ball around so well, and looks like nobody's afraid to take a shot if they're there. Down on the baseline, now all the way across. They rotate it up to Kluver. She spins down the lane, runner off, no good. Rebound comes down to DCG. Schmid I'm impressed with Schmid. She's been doing a lot out there.
She's doing great. She's a freshman. Doesn't play like one.
There's a three, the first miss by Tessa Jones today. Now a chance to go back the other way for Maquoketa. Open three, just off. Rebound comes down to Jones.
Maquoketa, they're not really taking the time to wait for their teammates and set something up. I know it feels like you need to rush when you're not.
Yeah. Feels like, I'm open. Behind. I better put up that long shot instead of waiting and running the offense. And it's easy to say, but when you're behind, it's hard to get that discipline, isn't it?
Right. Maquoketa is a quick team, and I think probably most of the year they're used to being the first ones down the court, but Dallas Center Grimes is running right with them, and they're just not finding those fast break opportunities today.
Another IMT insurance substitution there for you. As Maquoketa, let's see if they can get something going here in the final 3 minutes and change in the second quarter. There's a drive and up and good.
Nice move there by the junior, Cora Wydell.
Wydell now with 7. Kick out for 3. No good. A rebound going up high and getting it and then putting it back in there is Ania Bowens.
Really nice fight there for that rebound by the sophomore Bowens. Put back.
Well, she stretched out a long ways to get that board.
Her coach describes Bowens as very athletic, and we definitely saw that.
Kendall Kuhlman pops the 3.
That's an important score there for the Cardinals.
Just some stops and some scores right now is what they need to get back in this. Macy Meyer 3 and the rebound, and then the foul will be called on Neela Williamson. So.
Okay, there's the stop you were talking about.
Yeah, there's the stop. They got a foul. This is second team foul. Maquoketa has 4, so they'll be in the bonus the next time. And Justice Armbruster comes back in for another IMT insurance substitution. Learn not to be worried free at IMTIMS.com. So Maquoketa looking to close strong here at the end of the half. Try to cut the lead down a little bit. Throw it out to Kuhlman. Back over to Kluver. Kluver drives, puts it up off the glass and good.
That was a great offensive set. You noticed them dribbling around the outside and then looking for that opportunity to turn the corner and attack the basket, really paying off there.
Got the lead down to 11. Looking for another stop, maybe get it below double figures before the half, but inside to Schmid, down back outside. 3-pointer, good. That one by,
I think that was Addie
Abens, yeah, the sophomore off the bench popping the 3.
I can't believe how young these Dallas Center Grimes players are. We got freshmen and sophomores out there doing the work of seniors.
Put back up, and it won't go, but she'll get the free throws.
Kroyman finding a way to get herself back to the line.
Ava Schmid with the foul. Her second. Kroyman to the free throw line. Hits that
one. Coach Specht describes Aubrey Kroyman as a relentless post player and also quite the comedian off the court. She keeps the team laughing. Which is almost as important, especially at this stage of the season. That's pretty important.
Well, you know me. I like to play everything straight and serious.
Sure, Doc.
Kroyman with another free throw here. And DCG coach over there discussing that with the official. And Kroyman hits it. She missed 3 straight free throws, but hits the next 2. And that's what they really need right now, some points. So, knocked away. Up and good. And that time Armbruster slowed down, made sure she got a good shot.
Really nice conversion there. We saw the full court defense go on at that last possession and paid off there for Justice Armbruster.
Well, the only problem here is a foul puts him in the bonus. Here's a 3. That one is wide, but rebounded underneath. Back out. Macy Meyer. 15 on the shot clock. Tessa Jones throws it up top. They rotate it around. 10 on the shot. Drive in, kick out for three. No good. Rebound. Pulled down but ripped away, and that'll go to Maquoketa. Good hard battle under there between Pacey Heidgerton
and Kendall
Kuhlman. So now about a 2-second differential between the shot and game clock, maybe a 1 second. And a chance here for Maquoketa to cut it below 10, and high three off, no good. Quickly back the other way. Throw it back out, 15 seconds. Macy Meyer with it. They look to the bench to get the play. 8 seconds. Looking for a screen up high. Dribbles in, 2, 1. They're not going to get a shot off.
Nice defense there.
And you got to say a good close to the quarter there, because it was like 16-point differential, and they cut it down to 10 here.
They did. That's really important. You need that little bit of momentum going into halftime. This will give them an opportunity to make some adjustments and for both teams to reset. But I like seeing a little bit of spark there in the second quarter here by Maquoketa.
All right, you're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be back with more after this.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We're at halftime here. Dar Danielson with you. And joining us is Clint Albertson, the coach of North Polk. And well, you guys had one right down to the wire there. Talk about what happened toward the end of the game there and what you saw.
Well, yeah, it was a low-scoring game. We did not shoot well. Maybe our worst shooting game of the year. So very low-scoring game, and We had the lead most of the game. They took the lead with a little over a minute to go, and then right away, Faith Sullivan, our sixth player off the bench, hit a three to put us back ahead, and no one scored the rest of the time. We missed some free throws, and they turned it over. So it wasn't the prettiest game, but doesn't have to be, I guess.
Yeah, then I think we got into that where they had the foul because they only had like one team foul, right? And we're fouling you. And so yeah, is that a situation you kind of, with the change in the fouls, you talk about that late and how to deal with that?
Yeah, well, we knew they were going to foul, so we were sideline out of bounds. And to get it in against pressure, we threw it into the backcourt. Well, they fouled us there, and then we were so far in the backcourt we had to go end line out of bounds.
Oh, and then
we turned it over. So it wasn't going how we scripted it.
So, but the big thing is you won,
yeah,
and you move on, and DCG because you played them, right?
Yep,
and
we played them first game of the year.
And so, what are the things you take away as you prepare for the next round here?
Well, whoever wins this, it'll be tough. Maquoketa, we actually played the game to go to state last year, and they got pretty much the whole team back. So, but DCG, obviously they're shooting 50% from three, I think, right now. And that's cooled off. It was more than that.
It was 80%, at one point.
They obviously got a lot of shooters. They move the ball well. They're used to playing here. We've played them here the last 2 years. We beat them last year, and they beat us the year before. So we know them pretty well, but we have to play better. We have to shoot better to keep moving on for sure.
But you got the first one out of the way and move on to the next one, and that's always what you want, right?
That's right, yep.
All right, well, Coach, we appreciate you taking a little time to talk with us here, and good luck in the semis.
Thank you, sir.
You're watching the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Welcome back to the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Want to let you know about state tournament merchandise. You can get it online. If you get out your smartphone right now, you just scan the QR code you see there on the screen, or if you can't figure out how to work your phone like me, you go to IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. I have figured that out now and then on those QR codes, but yeah, I figured it out. But Dar Danielson, Tammy Blackstone here, and we're going to take a look at some of the first half stats.
Yeah, one of the big stories of that first quarter was the 10 turnovers from Maquoketa, and we can see second quarter they turned it around because they only had one in that second quarter. Still 11 for the first half, making a big difference. We're also seeing Dallas Center Grimes still has that hotter hand. They're shooting 50% compared to Maquoketa's 40%. Pretty even on rebounding. And so really that story is those turnovers still for this game.
Yeah, turnovers and, the shooting difference. And Coach Albertson of North Polk mentioned that. He also gave me a little fact that they beat Maquoketa to come to state last year. And this is Maquoketa's first year, so Maquoketa finally got over the hump there. But North Polk was the team that beat him last year. And so he was sitting here, he's looking at that and said, yeah, Dallas Center Grimes, they're shooting pretty well if they end up facing them. But I don't know. I like the way Maquoketa finished that second quarter. They came back, cut the lead down, and got it to within 10.
I do too, and that's hard to do, especially for a team that hasn't been to state before to settle themselves down after a rocky start. They came back. They normally it takes a halftime to kind of turn things around, but it didn't take that for them. They got it going quicker. They came back a little bit, kept themselves in this game. It's a 10-point game, and that's not bad coming into this third quarter.
Well, they're back out warming up again, and we'll take another break, and we'll come back and should be about ready to get the second half underway here. You're watching the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
This game is heating up, folks. Frank squares up like a butcher block on defense. Audie with the fadeaway. She's on fire! Literally, that is. The net has been burned to a crisp.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
This is a matchup for the ages. Audie cuts a path straight to the paint, and she serves up a slam dunk. I hope Audie may have the win, but Frank really got the W on that play. That's gotta hurt.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We're at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. I don't know what it's like out there. It was raining when we came. Hopefully it hasn't turned to snow yet. I don't think that's supposed to happen until later tonight. But Dar Danielson, Tammy Blackstone, let's talk a little bit about what was said in halftime. And obviously both teams want to get out to a good start here to start the second half, right?
Absolutely. I think that for Dallas Center Grimes, that they probably heard to do not let up on that defensive intensity. They've brought it all game long. They've been able to be really successful in that, so they probably just want to continue that. For Maquoketa, we saw those sparks. We saw some things really work for them there at the end of the first half on offense. There were a couple plays where they were dribbling around the perimeter and were able to turn that corner and attack the basket, and I think that's probably what their coach would like to see more of here in this second half.
Okay, looks like DCG will get the ball to start the third quarter. They're in the dark uniforms, the white uniforms, the Cardinals. Schmid gets it into Brock, and here we go. Around the horn, looking underneath there for Schmid. She gets it now, throws it back outside, back to Schmid. Up top for three, no good. That one looked like it's going to go in, but pops up, but the rebound comes down to ECG.
They move the ball so well, and also just being there to crash and grab that offensive rebound, give themselves another great opportunity here.
Tessa Jones is miss automatic early in the game on those. Now here back out for three, little long, tapped back out, baseline, no good. Rebound comes down to Justice Armbruster. So Now here's a chance for Maquoketa to cut it below double digits for the first time in a while. Over on the wing, now dump it inside to Kroyman. She'll kick it back out for three. Good! Armbruster.
It's a nice look. I liked how they worked the ball around, shared it, looking for that open shot, finding it. Great finish there by Armbruster.
Oh, they got Armbruster with the foul. I didn't see that coming in. That is her third personal.
Maquoketa coming out in this full court defense that served them well there in a couple possessions in the first half.
Schmidt up top with it. Gets it to Jones, now back over to Macy. Meyer. Just gonna work that high weave right now. 10 seconds on the shot. Screen Brock inside, throws it up, no good. Schmidt comes down, takes it away, puts it in the hole.
Dallas Center Grimes so good at crashing the boards and giving themselves those second or even third opportunities. They're really paying off.
Ava Schmidt now leading all scorers with 9, 7 of those coming in the first half. Inside, up, gets her own rebound, put it back up. Somehow powered that Kroyman did into the bucket. That's got to make a post player happy when you see something like that, huh?
It absolutely does.
Hanging right in there, 7-point differential. On the drive, and foul called, offensive on Devin Carlisle.
Maquoketa has a real opportunity here to kind of really turn this tide. They're narrowing that gap and have a little bit of momentum.
Carlisle, her third foul. Up top now on the drive, gets it down on the baseline. Kick it out for three. No good. Rebound. Battle for it. Up and in. Kluber. Looks like Maquoketa crashing the boards a little better here now, aren't they?
Absolutely. They did exactly what they needed to do and give themselves that next opportunity.
Lead down to 5, a miss, and the rebound comes down to Kroyman.
And this is what you were talking about, Dar, in that first half. You got to get stops, and then you got to convert on the other end. And here we see a couple of stops that are really helping the Cardinals.
Almost lose it there. Get it back over to Armbruster. Now down on the baseline. And that will stay with Maquoketa. 8 seconds on the shot clock, though. And we'll get an IMT insurance substitution. Addie Abens comes in. She saw some work in that first half. Get it in quickly. 6 seconds, 5. I don't know if they realize. Now they do. They turn and shoot off, and the rebound on the backside comes down to Kuhlman, and then a foul call underneath. Well, they got DCG back on their heels right now, don't they?
Yep, they do. They're fighting hard. They're playing with intensity, making some nice things happen for them.
Get a fresh 35 on the shot clock. Armbruster up top with it. Over to Wydell. She'll drive in, kick it over. Kluber. Looked at the three, did Armbruster. Now drives, gets it blocked by Schmidt. Put it outside for three. Good! Kuhlman.
Maquoketa finding some gaps here in that
2-point ball game. Timeout. Full timeout by DCG. Lead was 10, now it's 2 here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, Cardinal fans liking what they see, a 10-2 run to start the third quarter. What are you seeing, Tammy?
I'm seeing that Maquoketa has really found their shot. They've really evened up the scoring. Now they're shooting 44%, higher actually than what DCG is. So they're finding some success in their shooting. They're being more tenacious with their rebounding. They're crashing the boards. They're giving themselves a couple extra second and third shots. And also they're forcing some turnovers from Dallas Center Grimes, who now has 6 turnovers.
Trying to put a little more pressure on there, too. Armbruster up top on Brock. She'll dribble down. Up top to Adams, down over. Drives in, now back cut, nice look. Under the bucket to Schmid.
It's a beautiful play, such a great pass and look and finish.
Schmid has, that one goes out of bounds. Schmid has all 4 of their points here in the third quarter. And a turnover there. It's one of the few times down the floor here in the third that they've turned it over without getting a shot off.
Right, yep, they've had better control. And here they were looking for a fast break opportunity, just didn't quite find it.
Coach Adam Jones called that timeout. Want to kind of reset them a little bit here. Brock calling out the offense. Schmid giving a high screen for her. Guarded tightly by Armbruster. Over to Jones.
Maquoketa playing really intense defense here, keeping him away from the basket.
Slapped away from behind.
Great defensive set.
Kluber stops in the middle of the lane, kicks it back outside to Kuhlman. Up top, down the lane, runner is good by Wydell.
Wydell is so effective at that. She's a tall player, plays on that perimeter, but can put the ball on the ground and get it to the basket.
Schmid right back with the left-hander, rolls off the rim, and then a foul called on Schmid, her third. And that was a little, they both kind of hipped into each other, and Wydell kind of came away with the foul call against the defender on that one.
Yeah, we had a 6'1" girl bringing it up the court against a 6-foot girl, and I think they were both a little
see the
surprised.
replay here. There's a miss, and then they're bringing it up the floor, and then just a little bump there, and it goes to the defensive player, gets the foul on that one. Here's Coleman. Looking for the tie or the lead here, and there's a foul called, and that's 4 fouls now here on DCG, and that'll go against Carlisle's 4th. And to the line is Wydell. She hadn't shot a free throw yet today, and that was a pretty looking free throw. That gives her 10 points on the evening. Back in is Anaya Bowens for an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTIMS.com. Second free throw off, no good, but they're going to say lane violation either way. So we're down to a 1-point advantage for DCG. They need a bucket here, don't they?
They do. They've need to settle down a little bit. They're starting so far away from the basket here and really allowing Maquoketa to push them out.
Get it up high. Bowens. Now to Jones. Over on the right side to Williamson. 15 on the shot. Brock drives and has it. They're going to call a jump ball. I think that was a good call. She tied her up. She fell down, and that ball will go to Maquoketa.
You know, the defense of these teams has almost just reversed since that first half. That first half, Dallas Center Grimes was collapsing in and swarming and causing those tie-ups, and now we're seeing the exact same thing from Maquoketa. That was a great defensive set, ending up with them getting the ball.
Big third quarter for Maquoketa. Battle back from a 10-point halftime deficit. They'd been down by, I think, as many as 16 in the first half and cut it down to 10 at the half. Now on the drive and blocked. Pulled out of there by Tessa Jones. Quickly up the other way. Good defensive play. Out wide to Abens. Now they rotated across. Jones. Good baseline. Now inside look and blocked, and they're going to call the foul on Kuhlman.
There's a good cut there by Neela Williamson, the senior guard. It was a little hard to tell there where Dallas Center Grimes was going with that offensive set until we saw that cutter come through with Williamson and making something there happen for her team.
Williamson to the free throw line. Misses that one. She was 2 of 2 heading into this one. Macy Meyer back in for an IMT insurance substitution. And Williamson with another free throw, try to make the lead back up to 2. And just in and out, and rebounded by Kuhlman. Kuhlman will push it up the floor. Cross court. Good defensive recovery, poked out of there, and held ball. And that was quick hands by Abens, and they get the ball back. DCG with the held ball again. Arrow their favor. Justice Armbruster comes back in. She's got 3 personal fouls. 4 team fouls here, so DCG on DCG. So Maquoketa, if they get a foul, they'll go to the line, and just 2 team fouls on Maquoketa. Here's DCG with the ball. Driving. Will fake left, go right. Rotate it over. Macy Myers up top. She takes it, spins, looks. 15 shot clock. Myers crosses over, loses it, picks it back up, saves it. Up top for 3. Good!
Leah Brauk with the 3-pointer for Dallas Center Grimes.
And there's a foul up front.
There, Brauk again really going for it.
And that'll be 2 shot. Won't it? That's 5. Yeah, officials don't realize it yet, but it's a 2-shot foul.
We're seeing great intensity here from both of these teams. It does end up with some fouls. That's a byproduct of intensity, but this is exactly what you expect to see at a state tournament game.
Wydell 1 of 2 at the line last time down. Pops the first one here. Got 11 points on the day. Tessa Jones back in. Now we'll set up here for another free throw to try to get it back to 2. And pretty looking shot there by Wydell. Shot clock off now. So DCG can play for 1 with a 2-point lead here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Maquoketa's battled all the way back from a 10-point halftime deficit. Haven't been able to get the lead back or tie it, but let's see how DCG ends it here. 10 seconds. Rock to the right, looking. High screen there for Macy. Meyer fakes, puts it up. No, at the buzzer. A good look, but just rolled around the rim and out. Well, hang with us. We got a 2-point game here as we head to the 4th quarter in this wild 4A quarterfinal here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
We're at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. It's been a wild day in Class 4A, and this one looked early like maybe DCG might run away, but Maquoketa has come back. They'll get the ball to start the fourth quarter here. The Cardinals trailing by 2. And here we go. Kluver gets it off to Armbruster, now gets it back. Back over to Armbruster, lobs it inside, up and good by Croman. We got a tie.
Great feed and finish there by Croman.
First tie, oh, good Curly Neal impression. A lot of people might not know who that is, but the Harlem Globetrotter who used to dribble from his knees and kept the ball alive. Tessa Jones was laughing a little bit at that. I think she'll inbound it for DCG. You get it in there to Macy Meyer. Jones up top, 15 on the shot clock. Dribble over for 3, good from the left side, Brock.
Rout coming on really strong here. She had a nice one there at the end of the third quarter and putting another one in here, making a big difference for her
Up
team.
off, no good, and the foul will be called on Maquoketa. Justice Armbruster picks up foul number 4. She's going to sit down for a bit. Minute gone here in the fourth quarter. A big 3 to give DCG the lead back. They get the ball back now here too. And here we go. Oh, and Jones goes down and turns it over.
Maquoketa here with an opportunity to turn a turnover into
And I don't know if she thought the pressure came up and she got fouled or what, but anyway, Maquoketa gets it back. Kluver into Croyman, and now timeout. Maquoketa wants to talk it over. A 30-second timeout here. And this is where you want to be judicious with your offense. I can say that to a lawyer who and right, so that's I think what the coach is probably let's work it and get a good play and get a good bucket here.
You do. You know, time is running down. There's 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in this game. Every possession matters, and I think kind of after that last possession, maybe things seemed a little unsteady, and coach has a different idea and wants to make sure that everyone is settled and knows what they're doing to make the best of this opportunity for his team to score.
But DCG, we're seeing that experience too. I mean, they got the early lead. It's whittled down. They've taken a few shots to the chin, but they've come right back. Still, they got the big 3. They're still up 3 here. They get a stop here. They got to feel a little bit better. I mean, a lot of game left, but they've still been able to weather things pretty good.
Yeah, I'm seeing both of these teams play with a lot of confidence, really not seeing those nerves that you might expect from state tournament teams. They're both playing well and solid and have not been rattled by this game.
Tried to get it into Croyman. It was knocked away, but it goes out of bounds, so Maquoketa will get it on the far side. Kluver to trigger it in. In there to Kuhlman. Lob into Croyman. Up and good.
Great pass.
Croyman was 6 points here in the second half, 11 overall.
That was Kuhlman to Croyman, and both those things are tough to do, to fit that lob right where it needs to be and then to finish it off.
1 point ball game. Brock back outside. DCG being real careful with the offense. 10 seconds. Macy Meyer throws it inside, back outside. 5 seconds. 4, 3, Meyer, and ball knocked away. And they're going to call the shot clock violation as Maquoketa didn't really get possession. The ball's still rolling around, but they'll get the ball back on the turnover.
Right. It's a nice defense there by Maquoketa. I think Dallas Center Grimes not really too aware of the shot clock there. Might have missed an opportunity to put one up and just didn't find it.
Little pressure, going to try to trap, but they get through that. Quickly down into Freeman up, and she gets fouled. She's a little mad at herself. She didn't get that shot in the and one, but she'll go to the line here, where she made one, missed her next 3, made her next 2, so she's 3 of 6 from the line today. Just misses that one.
Kroyman been a really solid junior for Maquoketa. An all-state selection last year.
And misses both of them. Rebound pulled down by DCG, Addie Abens. Now again, DCG a chance to build on the 1-point margin. Looking inside to Schmid. Schmid comes over. Said, no, don't throw it. Now over. 12, drive, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kluber. Kluber's going to push the issue. Stops. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound, battled for. And DCG, Schmid comes away with it. Schmid sat down for quite a while after picking up that foul. And third foul, now back in there. There's a 3, no good, and a foul on the rebound.
These teams are really running here in this fourth quarter. These trying to fast break and get quick shots. It takes a lot of energy to keep that up here at this state tournament.
We got timeout. I'm not sure if we got a full, 30-second timeout. Who'd they call that foul on? I didn't see. We'll figure that out. But so about 5 minutes to go here, and again, DCG hold on to that 1-point lead. So that means that you talked about earlier, turnovers. You want to be careful with that ball and not turn it over, and at least get a good look. If you get a good look and you miss it, okay, but don't just turn it over to the defense without a chance to take a shot.
Right. Yep. We got to be careful with our passes. A lot of these teams are trying to fast break, so you got to be cautious with those passes and not give away those turnovers in the fast break. And then also, we can't give away opportunities with a stagnant offense. I've been seeing some situations here where we haven't been penetrating the basket on either side. And now is the time for both of these teams to be taking it to the hoop and making opportunities for themselves.
Good lob inside to Schmidt on the inbound play. What a play out of the break.
It's a beautiful play. It's such a nice finish there for a freshman to finish that.
And over in the back, they get a little pressure there and turn it over.
It's a great set there coming out of that timeout by Dallas Center Grimes. Making things happen for that team.
So winner advances to play North Polk. Number 1 seed Sioux City Heelan got upset by Xavier. In the other bracket, Norwalk wins on a buzzer beater. And again, this 4A field, a tough one, and DCG trying to hang on for dear life here against Maquoketa. Over to Brock. She's had some big shots today. Far side to Abens. Back up, Brock. 10 seconds. Abens, and has it taken away. Taken right away, the theft by Armbruster. She comes down, and coach says, why wasn't that a foul? Runs right into Brock. Let's see the play here. Oh.
Hard hit there. You know, that Dallas Center Grimes, that offensive set, that's an example. It was hard to see where they were going with that. They weren't really moving or cutting, resulted in a turnover. Now's the time of the game to be attacking.
So DCG again with the ball, 3-point lead. Armbruster got the theft the last time down, and goes in tight there. Back up top to Carlisle. No, Brock again. Macy Meyer. She dribbles in, stops, loses the handle on it. Tight pressure by.
Yeah, not a lot of movement there on the Dallas Center Grimes offense, allowing that turnover.
Over to Ehrig. Now they pull it out. This Kluver. Drives in, kicks it back. Ehrig. Crossover. 3. No good. Rebound. Comes down to Schmid. And then a foul. I think by Kluver.
It was a good skip pass look there from Maquoketa, finding that open player, and then intensity there, trying to tie it up on defense, grabbing the foul in the meantime. But at this stage in the game, you kind of got to go for every possession.
Third on Kluver, third team foul on Maquoketa, which could be big down the stretch. And once again, we come down the floor. It's been a couple minutes, and DCG has had that 3-point lead. They haven't been able to expand it, and Maquoketa hasn't been able to cut into it. Macy Meyer over there gets it up top. That's Tessa Jones back over. Looking to Brock, taken away again. Armbruster up ahead, pull up. No! Rebounds her own shot. Hoyman from the free throw line, no. And
we got an injured player.
Injured player here on the floor. I didn't see what happened. I looked the other way.
No, I was following.
But here's the Hoyman shot, and then who got the rebound? Looks like Schmid did, and then they stopped it. Looked like a bloody nose hit to the face there, and that's not surprising. I mean, this defense from both teams has been tight to tight, face to face here.
It has been. Maquoketa has really slapped on tough defensive pressure, resulting in some turnovers.
And that's Brock, and that's not good because she's been running the offense really well for them here.
Yeah, she's been an absolute spark here for them.
Hopefully they can get her over, and she's up and talking, so they just take a look at the nose and figure that out. She's holding her nose a little bit there. And so let's see, Schmid rebounded it. And she'll inbound it on the other end. So 2:51 to play here. Maquoketa still trying to chip below that 3-point lead, and DCG hanging on here against the Cardinals.
Maquoketa has been forcing turnovers nearly every possession down the court here.
Macy Meyer drives in, kicks out, 3-pointer. Long, and the rebound's going to come out long, and it'll go to the Cardinals. All the way over to the scorer's table is Ehrig. And back in is Kuhlman on an IMT insurance substitution, replacing Armbruster. She'll get a rest. Armbruster's been the one that's been forcing a lot of turnovers here late. Here's Kluver. Again, Maquoketa trying to cut the lead down. Up to Krogman. Driving. Here, Ehrig now back out. 10 seconds. 3-pointer. No! Into the cylinder now. There's a run for it. And it's off of Tessa Jones, I think. Yep.
Nice hustle there for that rebound. That was
wow.
That was a good offensive
wow,
set.
and you got two players
defense.
Going down hard to the floor, trying to get it. One of them has their season on the line here. The other will advance. You see the replay there. And now inside Koreman hits the bucket as we come out of the replay, and it's a 1-point ball game. 42-43. Maquoketa fans chanting defense. Timeout, DCG. And full timeout. We'll take a break as you see the DCG huddle here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here on the Girls Union Digital Network, we got a wild one here, 43-42, DCG up over Maquoketa here. Dar Danielson, Tammy Blackstone, Gavin Ibsen on the controls here. And what's the talk in the huddle now, Tammy, for DCG?
For DCG, they are looking to score this possession, score every possession. There's none to waste. So they're looking to turn that corner, find a cutter, find a good drive, make their way to the basket, and not turn over that ball. Maquoketa has now forced 13 turnovers on Dallas Center Grimes.
Yeah, they've really turned up the heat. Now, Maquoketa does have 3 team fouls, so if it got to the point where they had to foul, they'd only have 2 to give before that, but they want to get the steal before the foul. They get it to Schmid up high, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Schmid back to Brock, who's in there after taking the poke in the nose. Schmid back up top to Macy Meyer. Meyer behind the back, down the lane, runner goes! Macy Meyer, wow! Her first bucket of the second half.
What a finish there by Macy Meyer, right at a crucial time.
3-point ball game, kept alive. Oh, they tried to go underneath to Kroyman, and it's stolen, but now back the other way. Tessa Jones finds underneath, up and good! Macy Meyer again!
That full court press worked, and they were able to convert on the other end.
Timeout. By Maquoketa, a full timeout. 2 buckets by Macy Myers extended the DCG lead here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We got 50.8 seconds to go here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau in the Class 4A quarterfinal. And Macy Meyer, she averages 16. She's just got 9 today, but no more important, Tammy, than those last 4 points to kind of stretch the lead out here to 5 for DCG.
Those are really critical, and what we saw there in that last play was a full court press by Dallas Center Grimes working exactly how a full court press is supposed to work. Every player was doing their job in the exact right position, getting that steal and converting by Macy Meyer on the other end.
Pressure again, they dribble through it, spin around, up and good, and 1! Malin Kluver with the bucket and 1.
Maquoketa, they are not deterred by being down a little bit, coming back strong.
See the replay all the way in. Williamson goes down, but she draws the foul.
That is a nice, soft finish. Tough to do there underneath the basket with a little bit of contact.
So a big free throw here makes it a 2-point ball game. Kluver, her first trip to the line today. Off, no good rebound, pulled down, no. Held ball, it'll go to DCG.
Really good crash of the boards there by Hadley Earring for Maquoketa.
So we're gonna see full court pressure by Maquoketa now.
Has been effective tonight.
They get it up high, Tessa Jones, she dribbles through, but taken away. And then held ball, which will stay with Maquoketa. That's been a frantic 16 seconds since that last timeout.
It has been. That was a really nice trap set there right over that half-court line where, as an offense, you do not want to pick up the ball right there when you're really stuck. Maquoketa doing a nice job.
Our clock on the screen isn't quite right. It's 34.6 seconds as we have an IMT insurance substitution here. And now Maquoketa can tie it up with a 3 here. They bring it across. And then a quick foul by Tessa Jones, and they have still have like 3 fouls to give. So they let a little time run off and foul. They have 2 more to give before they're in the bonus. And even then, it might not be a bad idea, leading by 3. Three-pointer is off, no good. Rebounded by DCG. And did Schmid get a piece of that? Because it kind of came off funny.
Yeah,
I think she may have.
She did. I don't think that's the offensive play that Maquoketa was looking for there coming out of that.
Well, Wydell shot it. She hit a 3 earlier in the first half, but now 30-second timeout for DCG. So here you just need to bring it up the floor and rip off as much time as you can, and then if you get fouled, you're going to go to the line for 2. You make one of those, and you got a 2-possession game.
If only it were that simple, Darn.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then Maquoketa, they've been playing the good defense. You're right.
Right.
If they get the steal, because we saw it happen earlier, this last 50 seconds has been crazy here.
A lot of full court defense from both sides, traps, steals, turnovers, some fouls, a physical game.
So 22.2 left. 2 timeouts for Maquoketa, 1 for DCG left. 4 fouls for Maquoketa, 3 for DCG.
And here's
DCG will inbound it.
Yeah,
full court press, you're right.
Pressure, yeah.
They get it up ahead, throw it into the middle, knocked away! Stolen by Maquoketa. 3-pointer is off, no good. I think she shot that just a little earlier than she wanted to.
Right.
They had 14.6 to go. Well, try it again.
Yeah, they were hoping for the 3-pointer and then an opportunity there for an offensive rebound. Just didn't work out that way.
And they finally get the foul. 10.2 to go. This final 50 seconds is a little bit like a college game where they stop and do video replay. We haven't any of that. We just had good defense taking the ball away, and then Tessa Jones will go to the line, hits it. It's her first point since the first half when she had 10 in the first quarter. That makes it a 4-point ball game. She'll get one more. Hits that one. Jones came out of the gate, hit 3 threes in the first quarter. Now, Maquoketa wants to take a timeout, full timeout here. We'll take a break with 10.1 to go at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You see the DCG huddle here, the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. And they've got a 5-point lead in a flurry late here. And for those of you looking for our next game coming up at 6:45. It's going to start a little late because this one is dragged out a bit here in the final 50 seconds. Maquoketa trying to hang in there. They had a couple looks off some steals, Tammy, but just couldn't get the shot to go.
Right, yep, they did. They had some good looks here. They are in the tough position of having to bring it up a full court in a short amount of time.
And there's
some
a foul.
fouls to give.
They got one more to give, and that used up 3 seconds. So now Maquoketa will inbound it. Man, and you got to give them credit for clawing back into this thing.
Absolutely.
There's a 3, no, rebound comes down to Schmid, and that'll do it. DCG hangs on to get the win. 49-44 in a wild one.
Dallas Center Grimes started a freshman, 2 sophomores, a junior and a senior, able to pull off the upset against the number 3 Maquoketa Cardinals today.
And Schmid ends up with 13. Koyman had 13 as well. 12 for Wydell. They were down 16. Maquoketa came back. And just as soon as they get through the handshake line, we'll have the presentation of the trophy and then the advancement on the grid.
This was such a closely fought game. These stat lines are so similar between these 2 teams today. Really good game for us today here in 4A.
In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU, our Executive Director, Aaron Gerlich, and Basketball Administrator, Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Chad Specht and the Cardinals from Maquoketa on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Neela Williamson will advance her team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Mustang fans, your team advances to the semifinals and will play North Polk on Thursday at 6:45. Fans, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we thank you for your support and your attendance.
All righty, what a game to wrap up this 4A bracket here as DCG will take on North Polk, Xavier taking on Norwalk in the 5 o'clock game, then 6:45 on Thursday. This one, well, Tammy, a record 21 wins from Maquoketa. They didn't get 22, but I got a feeling we're going to hear about them again here sometime down at state.
I think so too. That was 5 junior starters that we saw from the Cardinals, and so I would not be surprised if we see them again. Definitely haven't seen the last of Maquoketa, but Dallas Center Grimes using that tough, tenacious defense, somehow able to keep it going for 4 quarters, able to pull out a great win tonight.
As always, a pleasure working with you, Tammy. Thanks a lot. And thanks to Gavin on the controls today. That's going to wrap it up this 4A quarterfinal at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.